Hey everyone, this is George from Moore's Sewing Center in Southern California. I'm here at our So Fun presentation at Moore's Brea. I've got my customers, my family here. Are you happy? Awesome. So, and Michelle, come on over here. Oh, okay. Michelle Rank she heads up our So Fun Club program. And so I decided to preempt that as Santa arrived, because I thought that all of you need help in filling a stocking.
Absolutely.
Okay, right? You know, what do I put in there? Well, the obvious is a sewing machine, right? Who wouldn't want to do that? Now, so I brought your stocking should be. Oh, your stocking should be. We're going to fill this stocking, okay? And so we're going to do this with what we call hot buys. Santa brought some hot buys, which are. We'll describe what's going on here with that. Now, I've got some machines that are bigger than this stocking. I can make bigger stockings. Just telling you here, okay? So you want to take that for me?
Very good.
All right, so I'm just thrilled. This is our first time that we've had So Fun Club simulcast, okay? So we're here at our store in Brea, California, and we have So Fun Club, what is it, every first Wednesday, okay, at Brea, but we have 4 locations. So we start at Mission Viejo the first Monday of the month, and then we go on to the Honey Beach, yep. Huntington Beach. Santa's a little gray here right now. And then here Brea, and then Corona. And always, if you have questions, and I'm now talking to our audience out there across the country, you can always email us at customerservice@moores-so.com. So what I want to do is I want to talk about hot buys. So on our website, we have a list of hot buys that usually what happens is I have vendors that they contact me and say, George, we've got this closeout. Maybe it's product that was current a year or 2 or 3 years ago. By the way, thread in my book always stays current, don't you think? Okay, all right. So they approach me, and sometimes I have to buy quantity. Sometimes they only have 1s and 2s. Okay, and so that's why in our stores you never find hot buys, except for today. I brought some for you here. You all have a list, and we have it on our website here. And so what I want to do is I want to go over some hot buys that I have for this the Santa stocking stuffing event. And then we're going to go on and start our normal So Fun Club. And so they gave me control of this here, and I think I'm going to press this right here. Close. There it is. I do it right? Okay. All right. So we're going to start over this right here. Okay. And I'll go over the pricing. Now, I forgot to tell you, this is live, so I don't have the cue cards, but when I say a joke, you're supposed to laugh. Okay, all right, so this is a cutter, and we got a good shot on that, okay, and it is a chenille cutter, okay? So what that's doing is it has these little tracks, and then that opened up, and so Michelle made me this because I can't remember the last time I made chenille, but I did tell, so you have a chenille cutter, but then you have a schmozzle. Right? Do we all know what chenille schmozzle? Somewhere out there, my daughter's going, oh my goodness. Actually, they don't know what that is. My wife is doing that. So then you fluff it up, and you do that basically, okay? And then you get samples like this here. We're gonna have okay, so this is real. This was made the same way, so you can see what happens when you properly schmozzle something. Now, by the way, this is separate. This is just where did you get this? Is this a wire?
I got it at Home Depot.
Yeah, so you need to go to Home Depot and ask for, can I get a schmozzle tool? Right? I didn't even have to raise a placard on that one. Okay, so this is some really cool stuff. I like this right here. You were showing me the samples here. All right, so a hot buy on this. And probably the vendor, this is an embellished product. They're probably going to say, George, take that down on your website because it's too low. $23.99. It's on sale for $10.99 for the tool, the chenille cutter. Okay, so that's the first hot buy. And I'm going to go over this again as well, just the pricing. This next one, I love embroidery. Okay, I love embroidery. Okay, and embroidery, anything I could do with embroidery and different textures and applique, that's where embroidery cork is popular. Has anybody ever done a cork okay. For bags, things like that? Okay. Well, R&K, which is the makers, distributors of Floriani and Quilter Select, they make cork fabric. Now they know embroidery, so the thing about things that you embroider, you got to realize your thread is going through it. Okay, not just your needle. When your thread's going through it, if you have products that have more friction, then you might have more thread breakage. The more thread breakage, the more jamming, the more stress, things like that. Okay, so I have a couple of samples. This is not the same. It's the same from the same material, but it's not the same thing that we're offering a hot buy on it. But you can see the cork in the embroidery here. Actually, I'll hold that up right there. Actually, that's a design that's on the Solaris and the Luminaire. Okay, and this is one, I did that as a presentation online 5 years ago. So what I did is I have a hot buy. I have 2 of these. They can't be separated. They're 2 different package. And what you'll see here, this is a copper and silver. Okay, there's other colors, but they're not part of hot buys because this is $63.98 if we added both of these. Retail. You get them both for $31.99.
Wow.
That's the price of one normally, okay? But that's while supplies last. I've reserved a certain amount of these for online and a certain amount here. So, but there's no orders. I will tell you that if we run out of certain things here, you can go on our website and order it from us if we have it. So that's it. Now, the next item is, I named this Michelle's favorite, okay? Because I knew she would have samples of quilts she used these with. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to hand this over to Michelle. It's a combination of 4 rulers. And then what we're going to do is we're going to switch the camera view over to, she's going to describe how she used it.
Okay. So the first one we have is a 9-patch ruler. And this one will make this wonderful checkerboard pattern. It's very useful. You can make just a simple 9-patch, or you can actually go more detailed with this sample that Karen made, and it's just amazing, the color and the contrast. So that's one of the rulers in the set. The next one that we have is the Tucker trimmer. Now, I'm an avid square it up person, so I usually start my half square triangles, and I've got 2 different sample quilts here. But I cut my fabric a little bit bigger, and then I square it up to the true size. And the value in this one Tucker trimmer is that you're going to have precise corners. You'll get everything lined up perfectly, and it's like having multiple rulers in one. It will go from 1 inch all the way up to 5 inch, and then on the other side, you flip it over, and it does the 1/2 inch sizes. So it's it's one of these, I have multiple ones of these at home, and I love the Tucker trimmer. And then we have Lori Holt's 9-inch round. And this one is great. You see I have 2 different samples here, but it's not just a circular template. You'll see that it has a grid line on the center so that you can stitch a 4-patch, use your circular ruler, cut it out, and you can get precision cuts as well. You could do a full circle if you were doing a flower, but it's just a lot of fun to have it to where you can line things up. You can see if I put it on here, that lines up perfectly. And on these samples, I use some stabilizer. I did the 4-patch, used my ruler, also cut out the same shape out of stabilizer, turned it, and then just attached it on top. So it's a cheaper, faster, and simpler way to do rounds. So we have those 2. And the last one that we have here is the twist and turn ruler. And this sample is down here. You'll see that I have a full-size quilt that I made, and then I had some leftover blocks. And I made this, I call it, I think it looks like a kimono and a dragonfly. So it was just a leftover bit. But if you look at the front of this, this makes multiple different types of blocks. So once again, this ruler, you're going to get lots of usages out of. And that's the 4 that we have in Michelle's set.
Okay, so I'll tell you the price of all 4 of it. Then I forgot to do something, and we're going to switch to the front. So can you get the front view that we started with, Cameron? Okay. And I'm going to go over the prices, but by the way, if you want to order those before we run out, all 4 of them would retail for $70.06. They're for $34.99, all 4. But that's while supplies last. But I forgot to give away a prize. I got so excited about stuffing the stocking that we're backing up. This is live, you know. So I'm going to give away a prize here at Brea, but the same prize is out there on YouTube and Facebook. But what's different is we are going to announce the winner of online right before show and tell. Okay, so one of the things we're going to do here at So Fun Club, and what I love about So Fun Club, if you've never been to it, if you're local, what's some of your favorite things that you like doing?
Show and tell.
Showing off your stuff, okay? And what I like about that is you inspire each other, right? Okay. And I've seen where some of you met for the first time at one of our events or So Fun Club, and you have a friendship you've had last for years. So that's where, if you are local to Southern California and you can come to one of our So Fun Club, that's one of the things we're going to do. So again, what I'm going to give away, this is a Madeira quilt box that has a value of $299. Katona is their brand of cotton thread. So I'm actually going to give this away to one of you here. But also, if you're online, like, share, comment. We have Fatima in the back. She's going to choose one of them randomly. But you know what? If you say, I love thread, I love Moors, Fatima pick me, I don't know. She's going to randomly give me a name. And right before we start the show and tell, we're going to announce it. And then we'll tell you how you're going to claim the prize. That's $299 worth of thread. Can you have too much thread?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Okay. Can you have too many machines?
No.
All right. See what happens when I forget things? I forget to do this here. All right. So, all right, we wrote the names on it. Oh, goodness. Jan Lutz.
Yay!
Jan, where are you, Jan? Congratulations, Jan. Okay. So you win this here. I'll come around this way. There you go. Awesome. All right. And so now, so again, online, like, share, comment. Let's see, George is great. No, just kidding. Just tell people about Moors, and then we're just going to randomly pick. Okay, so we talked about the rulers, right? Now we have the close-up cam here. All right, so this, I'm excited about this. This is my secret, okay? The world changed in 2020 in a lot of ways, but my world, as far as sewing and retail changed, all of a sudden I started doing videos out of my kitchen, okay? And I started putting all kinds of product with it. Well, pretty soon I was starting to run out of product to throw in with machines. And so I was able to find a company. I sourced a high quality, small spool of thread. And why I say that is sometimes big spools like this, this is your average size. This is what you see in like the Isocore. This is Floriani. Sometimes for us, one color, that's too much, especially if you're taking it through a class. Sometimes it gets untangled because these are meant for this, not this, okay? So I wanted something that would fit on not just one type of machine. And so this thread right here has only been available for the last 4 years if you bought a machine from us. I've incorporated it as a bundle, okay? And so these are 500 meters, okay? Well, that's half the size of the other one, okay? But it's bigger. There's a lot of the thread there in the regular square ones that are 200 meters, okay? And this is high quality polyester thread. I have sold thousands of machines in the last 4 years that have included this bundle, okay? And so, and I put a value of it because, you know, obviously I don't sell it, I include it, but I have a value because 500 meters I feel is worth $3.50. This is polyester embroidery thread. Okay, so I put 63 spools of thread. I said 198 retail value. And here at the Hot Buy and at So Fun Club, and just for a limited time, a certain supply, $49.99. Now,
Wow.
why I say that now, because I got one stack there. I have people that have bought a machine. They say, can I get more of this? I don't sell it separately. Okay. So this is your one time to grab a couple of these. I mean, I'm serious. Have one for you. Take the class, one to everything. And you know what's great about thread? Quality thread is like paint. Every paint that is an artist has a different sheen, a different effect from a different brand, even a dye lot. And so this will complement all your other good threads. So that right there, 63 spools right now for $49.99. Online, you can purchase it. I mean, I know Fatima is probably putting links to people who are asking about this here, and you're okay to grab. I got a stack of them here. All right, so the next item. I'm going to go over this again because, I don't know, I just like to stand up in front of people like a sound. All right, so this next item, this is an item by the Grace Company, but it's for all sewing machines. It is, because a lot of your brands have magnifying attachments, but you have to have a certain brand, a certain model. This has a little thing that you peel and stick, and believe me, it's on there very, very strong. It's like a 3M, okay? Ask me how I know it's on there strong. It comes off, but it's hard. Okay, so it has 3 different lenses, and let's see, are we looking at this? Okay, so you can see, we obviously know why we want that. Okay, we want to see where the needle is. If your machine doesn't have a needle threader, yes, that's a good, but sometimes you just need to see where the needle's dropping, okay? And the thing about this, though, is it has 3 sizes and a holder, because it kind of clicks in with a magnet. And I've got a holder right here because you're doing other things, right? Isn't that cool? And so you got 3 different magnifications. Isn't that cool? So I know I'm going to get in trouble with this because they have a certain price that I can't sell below, but I went ahead and did it. I might be in retailer jail after doing this one. So $99.95 is the retail. It's for $59.97. By the way, hot buys, there's no further discounts. They're it, and when they're gone because I got a certain buy in that. Okay, so that's the next one. All right, the next one. Sometimes what I do is I go and I walk my warehouse and find things. It's like, oh, I remember ordering that 4 years ago. I was wondering where it was. So I found a stack of these. Okay, this is the Serger of Creativity by R&K. They put together a collection of creative items that you might want to use if you are doing decorative work with a serger. Okay, and believe me, there's a lot of, especially if you have a baby lock. I mean, I'm very pro that brand of serger because they truly work so well with different threads. Okay, so R&K, Floriani, Embellish, Quilter Select, they have put together this here, and this is there's 12 spools of 12 weight thread. And so when we look at this section here, if you ever look at any of my videos that I do with thicker thread, always is 12 weight. Where are we at here? Are we? Okay, you're at the door. You need to follow where we're going here. Okay. Okay. Well, you can move over here if you need to. Yeah, I just want people to see it. We're good. Okay, so live, unedited. All right.
How pretty that is.
Okay, so that's what this is right here. That is 12 spools of Floriani 12 weight polyester thread. Okay, then 12 spools of Embellish matte finish. Sometimes you make a bolder statement by not being shiny. And this also is a very strong thread. So it's a good thread. I mean, people use it for sewing. Okay, so that's together. Then Embellish, this is rinse away. So why would you use stabilizer with a serger? Well, there's a technique where you can actually do a blanket stitch where because a true blanket stitch is something that's done on an industrial machine. But you actually look in the baby lock instruction in their inspirational guide. It's a 2-thread, and you do a process where you have a layer of water-soluble stabilizer, and you pull the thread to the edge. and then you trim and wash it away. And it looks like, you know what I'm talking about on blankets, why they call it a blanket stitch, okay? So that's really cool. Then there's other tools. There is a turning attachment, and what's nice about this one, I'm not going to open it up, but it's beveled in ends so it doesn't roll off the table. A really cool seam ripper. You never make mistakes, right? But it's kind of fashioned. This one here is a stiletto. Okay, now this is sharp. Don't run with it. But it actually comes out like that. And we see, I'm not paying attention. Are you seeing that okay? You gotta help me out here. You are all my directors. Now you realize I'm used to that. I have a lot of directors at home.
At least 4 of them.
Yes, definitely. So that's cool. Okay, so all of that, and I mean, we're talking, I think I only have like 4 or 5 of these. I brought 2 of them here. The sample one you could have. $199.99 is the retail, $119.99. Wow. Okay, and that's one of a kind. And again, I tried to find an image online. I had to go way back because it was something put together for a special occasion. Okay, now the next one, I love this. Okay, all right. So, the Madeira treasure chest. Okay, a little bit about Madeira treasure chest. My older brother invented this about 25 years ago because he at one time was the distributor of Madeira for the United States. And he actually had this box developed, and it was made in the Black Forest in Germany because Madeira is from Germany. Okay, and so for a while we were selling. So what a treasure chest is. Let's make sure a good spot here. Ooh. Ooh. This is that box, like that box of crayons you had on this. Yes. The one I had when the kid had the sharpener, and it had colors that you may never use, but you could if you wanted to. Okay, so and it's all. Oh, is that gorgeous? I'm gonna hold this here so we have a good angle.
Do you want me to hold one?
No, we got that shot right there. Yeah. All right. So, and everything is labeled, and it has the number. And this is rayon thread. See, rayon is the most beautiful thread, and it actually is the silkiest. And I would use this for the wall hangings, the things that just you want you want to be gorgeous. Okay. So what this has 180 spools of their rayon. They're 220 yards each. Now this, I got to finish the story. I kind of jump around. Do you notice that? I don't know. There's variegated. There's melange thread. They also have metallic and bobbin fill. Okay. So I mentioned my brother developed this back. This has to be 25 years or maybe longer. And then it had been gone for quite a while. I mean, last 3 or 4 years. They brought this back when they introduced the Solaris Vision. Well, we got the new Radiance that, by the way, our shipment, anybody have one of those reserved, our shipment is coming in, might be arriving today. Okay. And yay, we're excited. So they gave me an opportunity on this. Okay, so if we bought all this thread individually, which you can, many of you probably have some, okay, it'd be $885. Okay, $299.99 with the thread kit, okay, with the chest. That's what's amazing on that here. So that's really cool. So what I want to do is I'm going to go over that real quickly before we go to Michelle, and let's go ahead and switch it to the PowerPoint. See, they gave me instructions. There we go. All right, I know how to do it. Any questions? Let me know. Okay, so again, we have the chenille cutter. Chenille cutter is for $10.99. The cork and the silver, the copper and the silver cork, both of them for $31.99. Michelle's favorite. Any questions on Michelle's favorites? Okay, all right. So those are, some of you may have bought 1 or 2 of these past. The deal is so good, you buy the whole kit and give the friend the ones you already have.
And it's always good to have multiples.
There you go.
If you travel, you need one at home, you may want to keep one in your bag.
The one that I put in the safe place.
Yeah, that's right. You got it. You got the thought process. Okay. All right. So now what else? Thread. Okay. Who here would say you're kind of addicted to thread?
Oh, yes.
I love thread. I love thread, and I love the fact that my wife doesn't like clutter. And you know why I love that? I can't keep open thread at home when I sew my project. So what do I get to do when I come home and do a project? Bring new thread to open up. It's like when you open up thread for the first time, it's like a gift, right? There's something about it, like, oh, this is cool. And you have all the thread you need for that design. So anyway, $49.99 on that. And it's okay to have one for each machine. And look, it fits in this little box right here. Okay. The magnifier, again, $99.95 for $59.97. And yes, Yoko. Yeah. Yes. No, it doesn't. Okay, the question is, so you didn't hear this here, and I know what you're trying to do. The machine is extra, but I do have a machine for you, Yoko, that you can add to the magnifier you're going to buy. Okay, so everything's on sale, and besides, Santa's here. Yep. Who better to buy a machine than by Santa? You can say that. I'll sign Santa on your machine. All right. So, any other questions?
Now they're scared.
All right, $59.97 for the magnifying glass. Well, I like the fact. Okay, Grace is a company that makes long arm machines, so they develop for all machines. But if you have a long arm, there's not a machine out there that I'm aware of that has a magnifier has a long arm. Okay, that's a long arm machine that has a magnifier. Okay, the Serger Creativity Bundle. That's really cool. Again, all those items can be used without a serger. By the way, that 12-way thread, it is so awesome for some of your open, like your quilt designs and things like that. And then, of course, the mat. So you don't have to have a serger to enjoy that. That's a great deal. And then the thread chest. Okay, and that's awesome. So now, and don't forget, online you still have a chance to win that thread box. Keep mentioning it. So we're going to go to the next section, which really is So Fun Club, because usually Michelle brings product or brings a guest to talk about what she has here to show. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch here, because while she demonstrates, I'm going to have the pricing go right up here. So let's see if I got that right. Perfect. There we go. Okay, so the next item.
We're all ready then.
Okay, let's start this here.
Thank you, George.
You're welcome.
So let's dive right in. So this month, the topic is it's a mixed bag. So I've got a little bit of machine embroidery. I have quilting, and I also have some demos for you today. The first thing that I want to talk about is machine embroidery. Now, this is by Janine Babbage, and it's inspirational quotes. You'll see that this one says, "Do small things with great love." And one of the things that I love about Janine Babbage, and especially this design here, is the different stitchings that she has to create these wonderful wall hangings. I added little tabs so that you can hang them up, put a dowel in, or you could actually clamp them, whichever way. And then on all of the samples, I did a different bottom on them. So this is the first one. The second one is wherever you go, take your own sunshine. So now you're kind of getting the whole inspirational part of this. So once again, just really fun stitching. I did add with my sewing machine next to the lines a straight line stitch to make sure that everything stays together. And I simply turned it so that I didn't have to do binding on all of these. The last one is friendship doubles the joy. So I think these are perfect if you have someone that's a school teacher, if you have church and you want some little inspiration, or it can be in any of your homes. So once again, these are inspirational quotes by Janine Babbage. The next one that I have are little Easter springtime coasters. Now, there were 4 of them, and I will say, I don't know if my cat ran off with one of them, but I am missing the Easter eggs for this set. But it comes with a butterfly. This is also by Janine Babbage. And I love the detailed stitching on there. So you're going to have the background stitching, and then you have the applique for the butterfly, and then it has border stitches as well. So we have the butterfly. We have a little chocolate bunny for Easter. And then we also have some chicks. So that is another item that we have today. Now, we have Home Sweet Home. And I just fell in love with this. It is also machine embroidery applique. So it's really easy to put together. It's done in multiple hooping. So it's not, you're not going to hoop the whole thing. You'll do your individual things and then stitch them together. I did add some straight line quilting because you'll notice in the corners, we do have some different blocks that are traditional quilting. But I just found it to be really refreshing and cute. I already have a spot for it at my house. So, and the great thing about machine embroidery and quilting is you can customize it based on whatever fabrics you choose to create it. So this is home sweet home. Oh, and one more thing. It actually has in the pattern where you can realign it so that it can be landscape or portrait. So if you want to put it on your front door, you can absolutely do that, and it gives you all the instructions in there as well. Now, the next item was one of those things that I was super excited about. I'm sure all of you know who Lori Holt is from Bee in My Bonnet. She is a fabric designer. She is a quilt pattern designer. She also does notions. She kind of has her hands in everything in the quilting world. And now she has machine embroidery. So this design here, she has had out for regular quilting, and you had to have all these little templates, and it was absolutely beautiful. But the great thing is now it's machine embroidery. So you don't need to have all the little templates, all the patterns. You don't have to have, books of going through to figure it all out. You can put it on your machine very easily, hit that button, and you can stitch it. It is applique for the houses, and there's 12 of them. But another really great feature is all of these little quilt blocks here are done in the hoop as well. So you can customize them. And it's, once again, I'm going to hold it up because Lori Holt is just so popular. And this is new where she has machine embroidery. So I absolutely love this. And you don't have to do a whole quilt. Like most things, you could just do a pillow. You could do a wall hanging. There is so many things that you can do with it. Now, the next item is also, yes. That one is called, one second, let me look. It's Home Sweet Home. Yeah. So the next one we have is also machine embroidery. Now, this one is called Hen Folks, and it is just super funny. They are actually done in your machine in the hoop. And I want to read some of the names because you may not be able to see them. Some of the chickens have some pretty fun names. We have Forever Frettin' Franny. We have Belly Aching Bossy Bertha. Does that sound like someone you know? We have Grumpy Gertie Lou. We have Motor Mouth Myrtle. And we also have Simply Silly Sally Sue. So they're just so much fun. I absolutely used some of my scraps, but on all of them, I used a floral for the wing part of the chickens. And I'll hold it up one more time. Now you'll notice the star blocks are actually done in the hoop as well. And I simply did just a scrappy square of fabrics, just whatever was hanging around in my scrap basket, I stitched. And then you do it in the hoop and you add the star on top. So in the sample, you could do a log cabin. You could just do a straight piece of fabric. There's so many things that you can do with this adorable Hen Folks pattern. Machine embroidery, so much fun. Okay, so the next one that we have, I just cracked up when I saw it. And if you were born like me in the 60s, and if you listen to rock music, this is called Love Stinks.
Sorry.
So you're all going, yeah, yeah, out there. But isn't it funny? I love this pattern. It is traditional quilting pieced together, but surprisingly, it went together super fast and easy.
Michelle?
Yes.
Can I just ask, because I first thought it was embroidery. This is a quilt pattern, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so great.
Yeah.
So you use the sewing side of your embroidery
Yes.
machine. Just to clarify that.
So it's made with mostly half square triangles or bigger pieces where you will just flip over to get the curved elements. I had the stink part of the skunks that makes the heart. I had this fabric forever. And when I was looking for fabrics to make the heart out of and the stink line, I thought, oh my gosh, this is the perfect fabric for that. So I don't know if you can get a close up of it.
That's
super fun.
Let's see how it looks here. Okay. Is that? Do you see where it's?
Let's see.
You can move it. Maybe
Which
not.
way we going? No, we got to go this way.
All right. There we go.
Almost.
Almost.
What'd you say? Live.
Live sometimes. So what are we looking for?
Because we want the heart.
Okay.
Right.
Bring.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Well, I think there we go.
There we
All right.
go.
All right. So we're going to switch from there. All right. So we got
So the
here.
skunks, there's two different patterns that you can do with the same design element that you purchase. So you can do one skunk with the stink that makes the heart, or as I did, and don't tell my husband, this is going to be a Valentine's gift for him. We have the two skunks with their stench. So it was just a lot of fun and super fun to put together. Yes.
Does he follow you on Facebook?
No, he doesn't. He will not see this. So anyways, just a lot of fun. And I love the tongue in cheek with the skunks and love stinks. So really fun. And you can do it in different colors if you wanted it for Valentine's Day. Once again, that's the great thing about quilting and machine embroidery. It can turn into whatever you want with the fabrics and the color choices that you pick. Now, the next one is another one. This is traditional piecing and quilting. This is woodland animals. And you will see that we have a bunch of different animals. This is applique. So this one I did actually in 2 days. It took me not a lot of time to put it together. Mostly because there isn't a lot of blocks, stars, and traditional piecing that would take longer. It's one central fabric behind the animals and then just borders, sashing, and binding. But it was so much fun to put together. And you'll notice that the boys, Mr. Moose here, have bow ties. The girls all have hair bows. So they do have different personalities to them. I think it's a perfect baby quilt if you're making new arrival in your family, coming down the chute, so to speak. The only thing I would say is that if you're going to have them laying upon it, once again, you want safety and don't do buttons if it's going to be on the floor. My son just got married and he's not watching this as well, but this hopefully will be for my first grandbaby. And one other one that I want to show, just because I think this owl is so cute. Let me get it pulled up here. Look at his little glasses there, if you can focus in on that. Just so much fun. And they have so much character. And I tell you, picking the fabrics to make all the animals was a lot of fun. If you notice the beaver, I used a hound tooth for his tail. So you can really get creative with the different fabrics for this particular quilt. So woodland animals. Now, the next quilt I have is the He Loves Me template. And this is by Edita Sitar from Laundry Basket Quilts. She's a favorite of mine. And actually, we had planned to use this a couple months ago, but it was back ordered. So I've just brought it in on the tail end so that you guys can see it and purchase it. Now, this quilt, I'm going to have Karen hold because I want to show something additional with it. This actually comes with templates. So there's 8 different templates that you get in the box. All 8 of these templates will create one of the floral blocks. So it has the side pieces, it has both sides of the flower, the stem is in here, the 2 different type of leaves. Everything is in here so that you can make and cut with precision all the pieces to make this quilt. I absolutely love it. It's just a fun, bright colored quilt. And once again, He Loves Me by Edita Sitar is the designer. And One other thing that I love, I have lots of templates, but I love when they include the seam allowance so that you know if you're trying to fussy cut your fabric where it fits and you're not going to cut off an element that you want in there. So it's a really good value because of all the different pieces that they have to this set. All 8 templates are included in there. Okay, so next we have Mr. Bobby Bear. Now, isn't he cute? Bobby Bear I brought in because he can do machine embroidery, but if you do handwork or if you
Wait,
do
you said that
regular
bear can
quilting,
do machine embroidery?
yes, with some guidance and help. You can do machine embroidery with Mr. Bobby Bear, and I'm getting a little personal with him here. And I just gutted him. But you take out his guts, and that exposes his nice tender belly that you can hoop and stitch on your machine. Or if you wanted to do handwork, if you wanted to do a quilt block, it's really endless the stuff that you can do with it. If you like rhinestones, you know, it's your creativity is the only limitation with Mr. Bobby Bear here. I will want to add real quickly that I had another animal that I was doing this for, but his stuffing for his arms kept coming out of the turtle when I was trying to do the machine embroidery. This one, everything is included and enclosed. So when you take his guts out, you don't have to worry that his arm's going to fall out too.
That's important.
Yes, perfect. Perfect little gift for another, if you're having a grandchild or if you know someone that is having a child. I also love the fact that it's a bear. How many sports teams do we have around here that have a bear as a mascot? So it's a perfect gift for you to stitch up something wonderful and make a wonderful gift with it. So once again, let me zip him back up so he's all enclosed. Mr. Bobby Bear.
Very good.
Okay, so now I've got some demos. So the first one that I want to talk about is this wonderful Quilter Select 28mm rotary cutter. Now, I will say when I picked the items that I was bringing in for So Fun Club this month, it was well before, if any of you had been to Tech Party and saw my demo on this. But I want to talk about it one more time because we had brought it in for So Fun Club, and maybe you weren't convinced before. But this rotary cutter is absolutely my favorite. Quilter Select have a little heft to them. They're weighted. And what that does is it allows you to cut precisely straight across whatever you're doing, and it doesn't harm or allow you to get the wiggles and the jiggles. It also has a super convenient way of releasing the blade. So I'm going to pull this down, and the blade comes out.
Don't pick it up like this. That's me.
No.
How I know.
But there's a magnet. So that blade isn't going to roll around. You're not going to cut yourself. When you put your new blade on, you simply realign it, push this button down, and it's enclosed. Perfectly fun and easy to use. Now, the other thing that I want to show on the front here, you'll see that there's a button. Now, when you press that button, you can slide the glide, I guess it is, on the back. So that way, if you are a lefty or a righty, this will work for both of you. Super fast, super easy, and it's super convenient. Now, I want to go back to the templates for He Loves Me. Now, this is the reason why you need a 28. We pretty much so all have 45s and the larger rotary cutters. But if you were to try to use a 45 on this nice curve of this template, what's going to happen is you're going to chip and nick away at the template, and you're going to dull your blade. So you're going to decrease the longevity of your rotary cutter blade every time you hit that nick. So the great thing about the 28s is you can cut on a dime. and it is the perfect size for doing any curves or round cutting with a rotary cutter. Absolutely something that you need, and I was so excited when I saw that they came out with these, and I couldn't wait to get them in. So I know if you don't have a 28, you're going to want to get one of these. Once again, it's the Quilter Select 28 millimeter rotary cutter, and it's the perfect addition to your 45 and your other rotary cutters. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is a seam ripping scissors. Now, you heard me right. It's a scissors. And you may be aware how much I love seam rippers. And it's not because I make lots of mistakes. It's because if I need to undo something that I've sewn, I want to have a precision tool that will do it faster, easier, and simpler. So these scissors, when I saw them, I went, okay, those are interesting. Let's bring them in and I'm going to give them a go. The first thing that I want you to notice, I'm going to put my thumb here so that maybe you can see the difference of the points of these scissors. So one is a little bit shorter and it is blunt. The second one has a traditional scissor. The blades work just like any other scissors, so it's a multi-tool where you can do it as just scissors next to your machine or also as the seam rippers. Now, it also has wonderful little grips, so it's easier to use. If you have to rip a lot of stuff, it makes it easier. Now, when I first started sewing, and you all may be just like me, when you first time you had to rip something out, you literally ripped each individual stitch. And I'm telling you, that's not the way you want to do it. But if you wanted to, the point of this scissor is going to make it super easy to rip those stitches. The way you use this, though, is you're going to have it slightly opened. And I have just something stitched here. You're going to line that up on either side, and then you're just going to pull down.
Very cool.
Now, I am right now working on a Bargello quilt that I have some big long strips, and it goes different ways, and I sewed one of them incorrectly. And I went, haha, I've got these new seam ripper scissors. And I tell you, I got that strip undone within 2 minutes, and it would have taken me a lot longer. So I absolutely love these seam ripper scissors. Super fast, super easy. And it's not about, you're going to make a mistake. We all do. But it's a tool that's going to make that mistake go a little bit easier when you have to take it out. Okay. So the next thing that we have, and this has a funny story. In my house, I don't usually watch daytime TV. I'm usually very busy. And I often walk by the TV and my husband's watching Shark Tank. And so I walked by the TV this one day and I heard machine embroidery and sewing. And of course, my head just flipped. Like, okay, what are we talking about on Shark Tank? So I looked it up and I brought it in for Sew Fun Club, and it is called Hugo's Amazing Tape. And I just love this stuff. Now, I'm going to tell you different reasons why you may want it. Now, on Shark Tank, one of the first things that they were talking about, if you have a spool of thread that you don't have a way of entrapping the end after you start to use it, you'll see on this one, I've got some tape on it. With this, you can use Hugo's Amazing Tape, put it around that spool of thread. It sticks to itself, and you're not going to have it unravel anymore. But on top of that, Hugo's Amazing Tape keeps my stabilizers. This is my pet screen, and I also have some cork here. You can simply take it off. If I can find the end here. Where is the end? There we go. Can take it off. Use what you're going to use, and then secure it all back up, and it will re-stick to itself. It is reusable. And just like that, it's stuck again. Now, Hugo's Amazing Tape, you have a roll. You're going to find that once you have it at home, you're going to have many other usages for it in your house. And the reason I said that there was a funny story about this, when I was at one of the other stores doing this demo, someone said, well, I've had that tape for 4 years, and I thought it was something new. So if you had seen it before, it's back. So Hugo's Amazing Tape is going to work perfectly to secure your ends on your spools of thread, secure your stabilizers and your other crafting medium. And my son saw it on my table and he thought, oh, that's going to work perfect to contain all the cords in back of his TV. So it's one of those items that you're going to find multiple usages for. I heard that one of the original pitches that he had for this was when he did a demo, he had a casserole and he planned to take the Hugo's Amazing Tape and secure that casserole, and the lid did not come off. So like I said, there's lots of different usages for it, but I think it's pretty amazing, even if it is older and only new to me. But Hugo's Amazing Tape is the perfect addition to your sewing room. And then we have binding ease. Now, binding ease is something that I originally saw at a quilt show in Houston. And it is another tool for you to help with binding. It is made of silicone, so it will stand the heat of your iron. And it's made like an iron for obvious reasons. I'll show you in a little bit. But it's got these slots on it. And then you can put your binding that you've got together, put it through those slots, line up, and I'll hold this up so that you guys can see. So I've simply added the binding through the slots on the binding ease. So now what you would do, this iron I do not have on, obviously it's not plugged in. At home, you will plug your iron in. You simply lay that on top, and now it's giving you a third hand. So now all you have to do is pull this through. Whoops, my whole table thing's moving here. Pull it through.
On an ironing board, it's easier, right?
Yes. The only thing you have to worry about is making sure that everything is lined up here, but you simply glide it through. The heat of the iron is going to iron it, and it makes it easier and faster to do your binding. And it doesn't matter what type of sewer you are, if you're machine embroidery or also quilting. At some point, we have to do binding. So it's just one of those tools that makes it faster, simpler, and easier, and you don't have to worry about the heat of it. Now, Andrea here, who works at the Brea store, she said that she uses hers when she uses her heat gun tool. She can put her heat gun on here. The droplets, the overdrops that you get will drop on here, and then they come right off. So another use for it. Okay.
Good. I think that is her. You're done with your presentation?
I am.
Okay.
Yes.
So here's what we're going to do now. First of all, I'm going to announce the winner of the thread chest or the thread kit online. So Paula Vines, you were on YouTube. We're going to message you, but if you want to email customerservice@moores-sew.com, say George announced your name as a winner, and we'll ship you that Madeira thread box. The Jam won one here. Okay, yay. And Paula won one there. Okay. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take a short, we're talking brief, maybe 3-minute break to set up and change cameras, because now what we're going to do is show and tell. Okay. And so people here have brought their things to show you and tell you about it. And we're going to go as long as you guys want to watch, but we're going to keep going. Okay. And so it'll be a brief switcheroo. And so let's go ahead and do that here. Okay, so they're getting ready for show and tell. I want to take this moment to tell you about a special opportunity. So we are just receiving shipments of the Baby Lock Radiance, and those are machines that are pre-sold, and a lot of people have been waiting for it. So we're really excited. But that means that we are starting to receive back in the Baby Lock Solaris, the Solaris 2, and the Solaris Vision that are previously loved machines. And so we will go through them and inspect them and do all the points to make them as good as new. And I have an opportunity for you to purchase those at an amazing deal. And what's great about it is that they are previously loved machines, so I can ship them nationwide. So many people have contacted me to take advantage of our great deals on the Solaris machines over the years, but I have to tell them that no, buy locally. Well, that I respect that, and that's the case on the new Baby Lock Radiance. But I've got opportunities for you nationwide on this here. So again, we're starting to receive them in, and people are reserving them. And so you want to call us at 1-800-865-9664. Now, I think that they're ready. They're doing the, let's go back to show and tell. So I think we'll go ahead and do that and switch on over.
Where that? Oh, okay.
There you go.
Every Monday, I volunteer at the Red Hills Lutheran Church, and what happened is a lot of the ladies they get the donation of the fabric from the Cosmic Fabrics, and they like the big pieces. The requirement is 10.5 inch, and it has to be 60 by 80. But they throw away the scraps, so I get the scrap, and I make it into a lot of work. Pineapple quilt.
And I noticed you have another one too.
Yes, I do. The other one.
Oh, well, we don't care.
Oh, don't worry about that. So is this one done with the scraps as well, Yoko?
Yeah, scrap.
Wow.
All of them are like an inch to inch and a half.
Okay.
So this is called square within a square.
Yeah.
And like I said, the requirement is 60 by 80.
So do you spend a lot of time organizing the colors?
Yes.
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 Knowing you, you will.
Well, what a beautiful job. Thank you for sharing that, Yoko. Okay, Mary Ann's up next, and we can have group 2 get ready. Welcome.
Yes. Okay, this is something my daughter told me was the stupidest thing I've ever made. But they've been very popular for your spare rolls of toilet paper. Karen, you want to?
Yeah, what do they say?
Well,
Here is your crappy gift.
Oh,
Be a sweetie, wipe the seedy.
this one says Santa's had enough of your. No job is finished till the paperwork is done. For all the crap life throws at you. Please remain seated till the performance is done. Merry Stinkmas just got real. And my brother used to work for the sanitation department, so you know what he's getting for Christmas. And then ho, 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 I've got to go.
now I have a question real quick while you're digging out a couple more things here. Were these a item that you digitized or did you find the files?
I found the files,
Okay.
Kelly's designs.
Very nice.
And it says twinkle all the way. Where's their Santa one? Oh, there's the one. This one I gave to my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren.
He sees you when you're pooping.
And then the snowman, but I forgot his tree skirt under. It's sitting on the table.
Well, that's unique. Isn't that a paper towel holder that
Uh-huh.
you've repurposed for the
And they have
snowman?
them for every occasion you can think of.
Oh, wow. You've been busy as usual, Mary
Yes.
Ann. Yeah, let me help.
So it was fun. So they make good white elephant gifts.
Yes. Thank you for sharing. Okay, Karen. Linda.
So this is called Frog Bog. It's Anita Good Design. My neighbor is a frogaholic, so that's for her Christmas gift.
Very nice.
And this is a table runner, and it's one of those June Taylor quilt as you go.
Oh, yes. That always looks so complicated, but she makes it easy.
Nah, well, she makes it easy. I don't know about me so much.
Well, I love your color choices. Very nice. All the candy canes.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the candy canes, but I wanted to use my stash, which is quite some.
Yes.
And I didn't want to go out and buy fabric, so that's it.
Well, very nice. Thank you for sharing, Linda. Marilyn, you
Hello.
are up next.
I brought something from the past. This is when embroidery was 25 years, and the first hoop size was this little one, and then you had to use a hoop setter to do all these bigger hoops.
Oh, wow.
So this is in my, yeah,
hanging in my house year round.
yeah. So that's from how much embroidery has changed over the years.
Yes.
And then this is a Kimberbell design, and then this is a little pocket. So
Very nice. With that buffalo check.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for sharing. Hi, Jen. You're up.
Finally, I'm just kidding.
This is the winner of the door prize, so to
Yay.
speak. So,
I'm so
we're all
excited.
envious of her.
Anyway, I don't know the name of this design, but it was
Reindeer?
applique.
Yes, it was reindeer something from So Fun Club a
Yes.
few months ago. Yes.
Yes.
He is adorable. And I love your googly eyes that you added and the
I
eyelashes.
put eyelashes on him. Or her. And then I made a mug rug, but
Oh,
it's for fall. I missed it.
that's all right.
And then I have 3 hot pads that I made because my sister keeps ordering these. So I figured
Very
that
nice.
one. And this one. I really
So she's
like
almost
this
got
one.
the whole year covered there, huh?
Yes, my sister's
Yes.
always ordering these. It's okay with me. She
Thank you, Jen. Hi, Marlene.
So this, I'm a cat person. Oops.
Oh my, careful,
Gonna
careful.
fall over. And so this is called Cleo the cat. Can you see?
Oh, can everyone see Cleo the cat?
No. Well, yes, the middle part.
Yes.
Someplace. The cat is a panel, yeah. And then I embroidered all these are different squares. You have to put them all together. And then I did freehand quilting around the cat and did some online or circular embroidery around each of the squares and everything.
So lots of steps that you took for this one. Yes.
But I saw this panel and I said, I've got to have it. It's my
We've all been there. Yes. Thank you for sharing.
Let me get out of here.
Okay, Anya's up next, and we can have group 3 get in line.
I'm going to do a bazaar, so I made some toppers for my pencils.
Pencil toppers, yeah. Little
pencil
kids
toppers.
love those, yes.
And I made several of these little small purses.
Those are a perfect gift card holder, aren't
Yeah.
they? Yes.
And I will have been busy doing It's a Wrap.
So are those for your
No,
door
so for-
handle of your refrigerator?
Yeah, for the
Yes,
refrigerator.
yes.
And I have several different kinds. So these are the smaller models.
Yes, Anya's very prolific. She always brings a lot for our show and tell for us to ooh and ah over.
And then I happened to go into the Dollar Tree and I found these runners and I decided to do something for Hanukkah.
Oh, very sweet. I love the shimmer and the shine of those runners.
Yeah. $1.25.
Oh,
Can't beat that.
it's a good price.
And this, I also made my
Your cardigan?
cardigan.
Oh my.
Yes.
So Anya, she also does socks. So she is just amazing. She's multi-talented.
Another pair.
Oh, there you go. There's your socks. Thank you for sharing everything. Okay, Diane.
Hello. So I thought just before Thanksgiving, I'd want to make me a new table runner. And I'd seen a picture online and looked at it and said, I could do that. So without any instructions or pattern, I figured out a way to make my quilt blocks so I could do them in the hoop.
Of course you did.
Of course I did. So, you start out with making little squares and then it pieced them in the hoop. And then you take those combination of squares. Some are longer than others. And then I pieced those together in the hoop. And so I had strips pieced together in the hoop. And then when I finished, I ended up with this beautiful table runner that I made.
Oh, wow, Diane. So Diane is one of our instructors here, and you will see that she will take quilt items and put them into machine embroidery. So we're very lucky to have her here teaching at our store here at Brea. I love that, and I love the colors. Now, was it scraps or was it fabrics that you specifically bought for this?
Most of it was fabrics I already had on hand. And then I cut them into 2 3/4 inch squares. And then by the time they finished, they ended up being 2-inch squares.
Very
So,
nice.
yeah, it was really kind of fun to do. I laid out, fabric pieces to kind of get an idea of where I wanted them to be.
Well, very good. Well, we're so glad you brought it to share.
Thank you.
Okay, we got another little itty bitty one here. Okay, so let's get the skinny on this one.
Okay, this is a remembrance quilt of all the fabric I used to make masks for family and friends.
Oh, what a great idea.
So I had family and friends in 5 different states, and so I got the state pride fabric, and so that is the corner and center pieces.
Mhm.
The other pieces are the lining,
Okay.
and then every panel is unique.
Wow.
And then I did quilt as you go and stitch in the ditch.
So share with us what 5 states.
Washington, Oregon, California, Nevada, and Arizona.
Very nice. Well, I love it. And now you have a special keepsake for all times.
Yes.
For that wonderful time that we call the pandemic. Thank you for sharing. Okay, Karen.
I actually have 2 things. I am fortunate to visit my sister in northern Idaho. So I found this innocent little quilt pattern. And it turned out to be this.
Look how pretty that is.
And it was quilted on my Solaris.
Very nice.
Edge. And then the other one is this book. I don't know if you've ever seen these by Pat Sloan. These books.
Yes.
Very cute. The snowman caught my eye.
Oh, I'm a sucker for snowmen.
So this is how he turned out.
Oh, look how sweet he is.
He turned out like this. And again, it was edge to edge on the Solaris.
Very nice. And I know you have one more thing to share.
Yes.
Yes, your Mooey.
Mooey Christmas. Anita Good.
Yes, very nice. Put you on the spot there. Thank you for sharing. Okay. Oh, very nice.
My name is Kim, and I'm kind of new to the embroidery game. I have a Luminaire, brother Luminaire, and I wanted to learn how to make patches and how to just do this stuff in general. So I superimposed my name on an existing thing, and then we turned it into a patch. Learned a lot. It's a little rough, but came out really cool.
Yeah, it's very nice. And now you can't say you're a beginner.
No,
No.
because I made this patch.
Yes.
And I might put it on this sweatshirt.
Yeah, that's the perfect color for it. Yes. Good job, Kim. Okay, Nancy.
My daughter's into Grinch now. And so I made her a 10-minute table runner. But now I'm running around trying to find Grinch buttons that I can put on here.
yes.
But I don't know if they make them or not. So.
Joanne's.
Do they? Oh, cool.
There
I
you
went
go.
to Michael's already.
No, Joanne's.
Okay. This one, some friends of mine, I'm in a class at Mount Sac College on Monday nights. And my group members went to Houston for the quilt show earlier in the year. And they bought these red work hand embroidery things. So we all hand embroidered it and then showed it at class last Monday night, how we finished them.
Very
So they're all,
nice.
this is a panel.
Mhm.
So it was really fun to do.
What a great group project.
It was. Hand embroidered.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that?
And my last one is.
Yes.
Well, this is machine. I made this, it's called Two Scoops for my granddaughter in Texas.
Oh, very
She
cute.
loves ice cream. And so it's all different designs and has her favorite. She loves mint and chip, which happened to be one of them.
Yeah.
And it's a pillow. So
One of the body pillow
body
sizes.
pillows,
Yeah,
I have it,
absolutely.
but it's compressed to mail to her. So I didn't, but it's a neat way. Usually it's just half.
Mhm.
This one they have
A couple sections,
of
yeah.
them, so it'll be easier to get that pillow.
And then on and off, yes.
Yeah.
I love that. What a great
So,
idea. She's
thank
going to be
you.
so happy.
I know. Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to switch sides real quick.
Okay, so
I
what have we got?
decided everybody for Christmas is getting a hoodie. So this one, I get an idea.
There we go.
I get an idea and then I peruse the internet until I find a pattern. This is for my son-in-law. He is extremely into Bigfoot. So this is his hoodie for Christmas. I have twin granddaughters. They have a dog named Gideon. So they're each getting a sweatshirt with Gideon's picture on it.
Very nice.
Oh, that one I had to have digitized. But, yeah. And then I have two great granddaughters who are getting this little pattern.
Oh, sweet.
And then and this is for a friend of mine who just happens to be in the dragon. So
Nice.
this is her.
Oh, very nice.
So I'm halfway done with my Christmas.
Good thing we have a few more weeks. Huh?
Exactly.
Yes. Okay, Sharon.
I think I'm the last one.
Let's go this way a little bit.
Okay, this is less than traditional. A lot of you may have remembered this from years ago. I originally did this as a table runner, but then I did another one for
how pretty.
Christmas, poinsettia. And then I don't remember who this is. This is one of the first ones I did 12 years ago with my first embroidery machine.
And we've upgraded many times since.
Yeah,
yes,
I have
yes.
the Luminaire now. Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you for sharing. Okay. We have
You know the
Miss
trees?
Keneally, yes.
So I decided to do trees in winter. We have one over there, it's like the trees at sunset. So I just redid them with so it looks like snow, and then I did some glitter on top, so it looks like the snow is in the trees.
Very nice.
So
Yes.
Thank you.
So, George, what do you think? We've got some talented people, don't we? Yes, you can.
Wow, I'm inspired. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this. I enjoyed it. And again, we gave a taste out there to what we enjoy here locally, but we might do this again. But if you are local to Southern California, come and join us at So Fun Club. It's a lot of fun. It really is. And again, we don't have to sew or embroider or quilt today. We want to. We get to. It's a passion, right? And that's what we want to. And Michelle Kahneman on here, I want to thank you for, she spends a lot of time preparing for the different products and events and stuff like that. And she does a recording in the studio that probably, I think we might switch to this. I kind of like this format,
this.
maybe.
Yeah.
I've been known to change my mind. I don't know. But I want to thank all of you here and out there. I want to tell you, I appreciate all of you. It's been such a blessing all these years to grow up in this business. And that's why a lot of times I've said you guys are all my family, because really you are. And so anyway, God bless you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy stitching.